Birthday Hawa, birthday Awashai, birthday Hawa, birthday Awashai, birthday Hawa, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Chakodash. Kahala Yawahawa, Alahaino, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Chakodash. Halawa Yah, Wa, Yahawashai. Blessed Most High Yahweh, blessed Most High in the name of the only God and Son, Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit, which are uttered in the Paleo Hebrew, giving all praises to our power. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bishram Kakodash. Praise the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahushai, which are uttered in the Paleo Hebrew, the language that has returned unto us. Hebrew Israelites, that we can call upon our power with one consent. Giving double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, peace and salutations to the first fruits, to the elect, the choicest parts, the best rule, the aristocrats, starting with your Ashim, which are your Nabiayim, your prophets. Alright, that's 12,000 men of each of the 12 tribes, equating to 144,000. All men who have the Eid Wath, or the testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who are in the spirit of prophecy and are ambassadors for Yahushai. Of course, giving, a shalom to the rest of the 1/3, Sapar, or number, great peaceable multitude, who are no prophets but are believers in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which they shall hear via the prophets, being sealed with this word, being sealed with the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bishram Kakodash. And collectively, the elect have the Thawah, which is a mark of exemption, and the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will make great things happen for his elect, for his remnant, and has great things in store for us. Alright, Yahweh Ratzazah, we be a part of the elect, we put on as the elect, and we also do not number ourselves amongst the sinners. Alright, that's much important for you Hakim, you Akwath. There is no to number yourself, to count yourself as these sinners are out here and such. Alright, put on the elect out there and put away the mortal thoughts, deeds of this life, and put on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Seek perfection. Shemiyah Mafpa, my name is Mafpa, my young God Waller Akab Machana from the Great Millstone Camp, specifically Plaintables, Bayar in the city of Philadelphia. Abawa I'm Lamadi Ma'ite, coming with a lesson little or a wee lesson. Booming business at dollar stores, or your pound stores. In the UK, many people know that over across the pond. Shows the widening gulf between the haves and have-nots during the pestilence outbreak. With rising inflation, the disproportionately high job losses among low-income earners, more Americans are relying on dollar stores for groceries and other everyday needs. So, I'm gonna try to investigate this myself. I have a few of the different dollar stores in my vicinity, but I just may choose to shop there. The store that I shop at, this one popular grocery store, it's it's not as popular as what it should be, but I'm actually, due to this inflation, of course, the devaluing of this currency, them pumping all of this currency into the stimulus into the economy has made it where the money is losing, of course, its value, and it takes more, just to get really less, all right, from what you were used to getting that, all right, and it's becoming very tough. And I could speak about in a testimony in my own life. I used to go to the grocery store every day. All right, prior to the pandemic and years, out of the truth, I used to go to the grocery store every day, and I would just get a weed basket, and they get like a full cart or anything of that nature. But during this pestilence outbreak and this pandemic, whatever you want to call it, it went to going to the store about maybe like twice a week, to going to once a week, and now at this point, I can't even tell you when I was actually at the grocery store this week, other than actually going there at my job, at my work, because it's a bit more convenient, because we on the go and such, and it's also being very, very hot outside, and the Saints are worn out, so Esau, beating on us psychologically, mentally, at these jobs and such, and a lot of times I'm just knackered, tired, or I'm a lull, I believe you can say that word for weary, week, that is, and I just don't go to the grocery store. I'll just make do with what I got, and things, as the elder Malcolm had went into, not to be really, like, to pretty much cutting back on meats and such. That's something that been going about with me and such. All right. So going from, say for example, being 185, 180 to dropping down to 176, 170 at a point. And it's actually good for me, because a lot of times here with this westernized diet, we eat, actually overeat, and we eating according to this westernized fashion form, its image of having to eat 3 meals a day and such, instead of just even eating when you need to. All right. Well, let's just get into this article. So it says Kyle Dishman can't afford to shop at the local grocery store anymore. As I mentioned, I'm in that case. It's not that I can't afford it, I just choose not to, because if you just get a couple wee items and it's already about $60, you're like, what? What am I doing here and stuff? So it says instead he goes to the Dollar General. Now you got these Dollar Generals and such. I can't even really go there because they don't have the organic products which I need and such. Though of course we'll eat our food defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, and I still choose to get more higher in quality food, actual products, that is. Alright, so it says where he can make $40 stretch into a week's worth of groceries, and occasionally a can of motor oil for his Chrysler 300. He sticks with pasta. This pasta is very cheap, and carb. If you can get some wheat pasta, frozen pizza, you could put back the pizza, and canned veg. Fully aware that any food you can buy for only $1 is not the greatest for you, right? Well, there's some things you can get for $1, but let's continue on. But Dishman says prices have gone up so much that he's starting to ration his food. When you only have a certain amount to spend, it's like, why not just go to the dollar store, he said. A growing number of Americans are relying on grocery store or dollar stores or pound stores, for if you're across the pond, for everyday needs. It says especially groceries, as the pestilence outbreak drags into its 18th month. Okay, and remember, I believe maybe in Bill Gates that spoke about this going on for, I know he definitely mentioned this number here, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe 23. But let's continue on. Chains such as Dollar General, Dollar Tree are reporting blockbuster sales and profits. The profit proliferating, Slocky if I mispronounced that, so quickly that some of the U.S. cities want to limit their growth. The 1,650 dollar stores expected to open this year represent nearly half of the new national retail openings. So most of your new businesses that have opened is mostly a different dollar stores. Okay, and you have a slew of different closures. All right, because how is if people are complaining about they being able to just go to the grocery store, and even sometimes I even see this too. You'll be so tired that then you say, for example, if you go maybe get the ingredients to cook it, it fresh. Some of the times you can just go and order out and maybe be a bit and ration it out and maybe be a bit better in certain of these cases. I've learned to that I've been trying to or I've been doing that a wee bit because I've just been a bit tired. All right, the place gotta go, these false balances, you have it where, like I said, men are literally we're doing everything for ourselves and stuff. Like I said, many of us as prophets, we don't have wives. Some brothers, have that grace, that khan to have wives, but most of us don't have that. So we're there washing our clothes, we're cooking our meals, making sure we keep our homes, our houses tidy, our apartments, etc. But we're worn out. And then you see like the Fed, the inflation. So then it's like things are getting very tighter. All right. So it says foot traffic at the largest chain, Dollar General, which I used to like going here. It was a more upscale to me, in my opinion, than your Family Dollar and your Dollar Tree. Family Dollar, you would go in there and it'd be just like a bunch of low level, just some round the way dudes and stuff. Let's say it like that. All right, your regular baby mamas. Dude with his pants, trousers falling off his arse, wife beaters, your big brodies. What's going on? It says is up 32% from the pestilence outbreak levels, far outpacing 3% increase at Walmart, similar to your Asda, right? Tesco. In the UK, but it says one of the few retail winners of last year, according to Placer.ai, which analyzes shopping patterns using location data from 300 million or 30 million devices. So Dollar General, increase, man, 32%. See that here as of 7/21. They got more visits than July of 2019. You see different places such as Target, Walmart. They're nowhere in comparison to the success of these other of Dollar General and Dollar Tree. All right, you have Family Dollar, which I like, as I mentioned. All right, so The analyst says that explosive rise of dollar stores is yet example of how the pestilence outbreak has reshaped the economy and widened the gulf, the separation between the wealthiest and poorest Americans. Rising grocery prices, inflation is up 5.4% from the last year, coupled with disproportional high job losses among low-income workers, have left many of the vulnerable Babylonians, Americans, in even worse shape. It's a striking disparity in this country that there is no dollar store land. That is, there is now a dollar store land, and there is Whole Foods land. A whole check, as Elder Malcolm would say. But it says Stacy Mitchell, co-director of the Institute of Local Self-Reliance, a nonprofit advocacy group. And if you live in the Whole Foods land, it's very hard for people to understand just how desperate circumstances are for the rest of the country. Whole Foods is owned by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, owns the Washington Post. The dollar stores, which sell a number of name brand items, including snack, toys, and holiday decor, have been proliferating for years. Particularly the impoverished and rural areas. They are often the only major retailers. The pestilence outbreak, though, ushered the influx of new shoppers, including many who had previously been able to buy larger and more cost-efficient quantities at big box chains. But with smaller paychecks and rising prices, they say it's no longer feasible to stock up elsewhere. Alright, so let me see. This has loads of good information. Executives at Dollar General say they have been seeing a rise of new customers in March of 2020, just as many of the country began shutting down because of the pestilence outbreak. Its newer shoppers tend to be younger, have higher incomes, are more ethically diverse. Alright. Dishman 29, who works at the Vans outlet, he basically works at a sneaker trainer store. Alright, outlet store in West Carrollton, Ohio, said his hours were nearly half during the pestilence outbreak, from about 35 hours a week to 20, and he's been picking up food delivery gigs with Grubhub, but has had to day away with trips to Kroger, where he used to spend about $150 every 2 weeks for his 2-member household. Prices are going sky high. My income is going in the opposite direction, he said. That makes buying food, even the dollar store, kind of rough. So, like many people, they're changing their habits and what they did with their money and such. But still, this is a form of prophecy, just so that you know. All right, let's go into this prophecy. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and 21. Behold, victuals. All right, victuals. Etymon online, going to from the Anglo-French, which is vitale, which is food. All right, my call of food, nourishment or provisions. Okay. Your substance, that which sustains life from past. All right, because you got vivere. Like I think of vital, to live. Okay. All right, what you need fed to live. Another quick precept. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 29 and 21, and it reads. It says, "The chief thing for life is water." All right, so this would be your really good, your victuals, your substance, and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. Okay, let's go back here. like the second Esdras 16:21, it says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils, bad times, ith times evil, in the Hebrew, grow upon earth, sword." You got the, I think that's Harab, if I'm not mistaken. Famine and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Alright, this is not a good time, for people on earth. We're entering the times of Jacob trouble. Alright, we're on the brink to just busting loose, as all call shot a wall, is all hell is gonna break loose. Alright, sin, especially with all of these restrictions, draconian measures being placed upon people, and people are being put in straits, distress, and pretty much moving to a corner, and still, you have it where they can still get a couple wee bit of things, for cheap. As you see, you can just switch up, go to the dollar store, and get your victuals. But this place is still in a good case. All right, many people think themselves to be in a good case. Yeah, things will come back, it'll bounce back. Let's get over it, as they say. Let's get through this together. With this whole, those are the different some of the slogans that I heard, through this pestilence outbreak. But now it's just, many people, as it's going to the love of many shall wax cold. All right, so the love in the people's hearts and their minds is beginning to really grow, or really diminish. All right, we're to the point where you're gonna see, people are gonna literally be taking people's fed, from one another, especially with these shortages and such. Okay, remember, this is on. UN is worried as global food prices soar to a 10-year high. All right, so they have it. Of course, the meat price index, or the FAO meat price index, inched higher than for the month, up 2.2 versus April prices, due to mainly because the increased import purchases by China. And you got cereal prices index from the FAO, rose 6.0% in May over the last month, and 36.6% year on year. All right, maize, also known as corn, is a cereal grain that has led up the surge and is up 89% over the previous year's value. And they use a lot of different corn for a lot of things, loads of things. All right, so I'm gonna day and probably a lesson maybe going into this. I got another lesson to go into this here, where here you got a good I'm not sure if he's Edomite or not, but he could be, I'm not sure. But he goes into how pretty much the different farmers are the demand is up for these different goods and stuff, and different these different some of these corporations are making all this money and getting, of course, receiving money and stuff, stimuluses and stuff, but these farmers they are if they're getting a profit, and things are increasing, but they're operating at a loss. They're gonna quit the farming, and then that's gonna start a famine too. So that's pretty much the lesson through the spirit. Hopefully you arm yourself with this knowledge and continue to follow Yahweh Shem Hashai B'Shem Kagadash. Remember this: the Lord's servant shall eat. Shalom to the elect.